Is it true that every single Canadian, no matter where they are, has Tim Hortons in their hand?
How dare you? Oh. No. Hello, welcome to a very special episode of the vlog. I am Joseph in Canada. I am going to a secret new location, but hold on a second.
Can I help you?
Hi, can I get a coffee with milk and sugar? All right, back to it. On my way to meet Jason in a secret location. Well, he's not gonna be there. He'll be there virtually, but I just needed a change of scenery. I can't wait. Let's get to the location and call up Jason. I made it. Hello? So, how are you?
Good. I'm Jason, the American, at home, or at my parents' home in Niagara Falls, New York. If I jumped in the water and just hung out there for a while, I'd go over the falls.
Okay, well, stay there then. Don't Today, we're gonna have Jason, the American, react to Canadian stereotypes. And as well, I'm gonna react to American stereotypes. And we're both gonna have a chance to defend ourselves, or just admit, it's true. And I hope you in the comments can tell us your experience with some of these stereotypes, if they're true or if they're false. And one thing we're gonna do is we're gonna look at Jim Gaffigan's stand-up about Canada. So he was just making fun of Canadians in a loving way, and I thought it was amazing. I think there's a few topics we have here that we should see what he says about them. Here's what we're gonna do. Whoever has the most stereotypes that hold up is actually gonna be the loser. Why don't you go first? Why don't you ask me something that you think is stereotypical? Go ahead.
Is it true that every single Canadian, no matter where they are, has Tim Hortons in their hand?
How dare you? Oh. No, that was a fluke.
You made a whole bit for it with a separate cup? You thought this through.
Fine, all right, you're not wrong. Yes, we have a lot of Tim Hortons and we enjoy it, and it's not even that great. Oh, mediocre at best. But so familiar and comforting.
Completely unrelated news.
Right, you got Tim Hortons in your hand too. So this is this is the interesting part about where you live. You're in Buffalo, New York. Buffalo is a border city. Buffalo has a lot of Tim Hortons. Yes, I've said it's more Canadian than some Canadian towns.
Yeah, I could see that.
Timmy's, you love hockey.
Without free healthcare.
Sorry about that. But yeah, it's a great Canadian drink. I mean, they got the leaf right on it. What does yours say? Does yours have a saying? Ours just says always fresh. Yours says Canada's favorite coffee with the favorite spelt wrong. How ironic is that?
That's awesome. That's the way it's supposed to be spelled.
No, you spelled it wrong. Even though you're talking about Canada, and in that sentence you spell the wrong Canadian version of a word.
I don't think we did it. I'm guessing
you
did
American
it to make
Tim
us feel
Hortons
more
did it.
comfortable. They probably had a whole meeting about this. I imagine at the boardroom table, they're just like, we're giving it to the Americans, so we really need to make them feel like we're welcoming.
There was a whole Tim Hortons meeting about a you. Are Americans loud and kind of obnoxious? Because you're not, I don't think.
No. Most people I know aren't. The ones that are loud and obnoxious. Obviously, you can hear them. There's fewer of them, I think, than people.
Why is that a stereotype of the U.S. then? You know of that stereotype?
I do. I've heard that many times. Even just traveling, and here comes the loud, arrogant American.
Why is that?
I think it's cultural, right? I don't know. I feel like there's certain things we do that maybe seem more aggressive. I mean, you've worked here, you've lived here. Do you think? No,
it's so not true, especially in Buffalo. Like, everyone in Buffalo is like some of the best people I've ever met, and not at all loud or obnoxious.
Think about the internet. Like, when someone leaves a negative comment, that seems to ring loudest, and so that's what people resonate with the most. So there's always going to be someone that is loud and obnoxious, and they're going to be the ones who are like, there probably are more loud and obnoxious people here. You have a lot of people, way more, and that's one of the big things I've really realized. You have so many more people than in Canada, that you just have more of those people, even though, maybe the percentage is the same in the country, but you just have more people overall, you're gonna be louder. I feel like there's also some sort of patriotism attached to that too.
Yes, that's my next question.
Oh, okay.
Are you overly patriotic?
I think it's split. It almost becomes political in some way at that point. But yeah, I'd say most people are pretty proud.
We are patriotic and love to bolster when we can, because we're like the little guy underneath Or above US being like, look, we have a country too.
We're here too.
So like anytime we have a chance to like puff our chest out, we like that. But I don't think we're overly like in your face about thinking we're like the best or.
Yeah. So let me put it this: do you guys have like a chant that like when you think of Canada, you're like USA? It's like USA, USA.
No,
like we have like you've heard that.
Oh, see,
sure.
That's such a great point. No, we don't. I don't think. Not really. No. Yeah, USA, USA. That's so true. So true.
It's a thing. You're like if it was like CAN, like CAN.
Yeah, right. Nobody's ever said that. Let me ask you this: why do you have so many flags in your country?
Oh, don't do that. No.
Yes, you answer this question because everyone has a flag in their front lawn or on their house. Everywhere.
That is only half true. You don't have flags hanging from your houses?
No.
I don't believe
People
you at all.
do.
You don't buy
like,
a house that's like, they don't build houses with like, here's where your flagpole goes.
Let me ask you this then. Why did I once in Buffalo went down a street and there was like every house had the same exact flag?
Someone probably made a really good sales call.
And this is what you've said to me before, where you were like, why do you guys have your flag everywhere? I'm like, what? You said it to me. I'm like, no, that's you. I was so like taken aback
it's true.
when you said it because we think about this towards the Americans.
But not just like hanging a flag. You put your symbol on everything, including your.
You know why?
cups.
Because it goes back to us being like, we just want to, please.
But
Yes.
I'm saying like it's everywhere.
This is what we have to do. We're gonna go just drive down some streets in your area, whatever, and I'm gonna go drive down some streets. Just look for flags, either on houses, on buildings, in front of buildings, and we're gonna just count, just a general random count, wherever you are,
Okay.
and we'll report back. One Canada flag, St. Lawrence Market. Oh, that's two flags. I saw two flags. No flags there except for in the Blue Jays logo. And actually the Jays are playing in the United States right now and moving to Buffalo. So Jason now has more Canadian baseball teams than Canada.
All right, round two, looking for flags in residential areas. Oh, there's one. Oh, but they got an England flag too. That doesn't count. That's a brand name.
Oh, both. There's both.
They cancel each other out. That's zero. Oh, there was a Germany flag there too.
American, Canadian, and Italian.
There's both again. American and Canadian. Oh, what is happening? One flag on a house. From that drive, I saw about 9 Canada flags and 3 American flags. Jason, how many did you see?
Okay, I'll go look for some flags. But before that, I gotta show you. So this is our new team. Not sure if you heard of them. It's the US Jays. Used to be the Toronto Blue Jays, but now they're in Buffalo. Although we kept the maple leaf on there for you, just an homage to the past. Go US Jays. Let's go find some flags. I'm just gonna go around my neighborhood. Oh, one already. There's one right off the bat. 2. There's 2. 3. Oh, 4. There we go. 5. I think we're in flag country. 6. 7. I'm on my 3rd street and I'm already at 7 flags. 8. Oh boy. I don't know if you can see that one. There's 9 plus a Bills flag. Go Bills. 10. Oh, we're at 10 and I haven't even left my neighborhood. 11. 12, 13, 14, 15. That counts as 1, right? Oh no. That was a lot in one's lawn. I'm starting to lose count, I think. 13. Oh man. I don't know. I don't think we're as patriotic as he thinks we are though. 14. Oh, we're 15, 16. There's one there. Another one. There's one. Plus the New York flag. So how long did you drive for? Because I feel like I've only been driving for like maybe 3 minutes and I've seen almost 20 flags. But you guys put it on this thing. That leaf is everywhere. But I'll concede. I'll concede on the flag thing, that's for sure. It's been 6 minutes.
Thank you. So, okay, as for putting stuff on products or just the maple leaf on things, it helps the sale of your item within the country. Because if we didn't do that, nobody would know, and half of the stuff is probably brought in from another country normally. Maybe it is we're just each immune to our own country's flag, like not really realizing like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Until somebody else points it out. Just like, you know, hey, you say A lot.
Yeah.
Until somebody points it out, you don't really think about it.
That's true.
And because of my living in Buffalo, I'm so self-conscious of the way I speak now, more than I've ever been in my life, because I'm the outsider and I can hear everything that I'm saying that sounds Canadian.
Okay, but at least from my perspective, it comes from a complete place of love. We absolutely love hearing when you talk with your
Really?
Canadian accent. I do. It's awesome.
Do I have a Canadian accent right now?
There's very subtle undertones of like, I could tell. You definitely don't have the letter Kenny draw.
Yeah, I don't have the letter Kenny draw.
I've never actually been in one. What is Canadian Tire? I always just assume it's like a place you get your car fixed or they change your tires.
It can be. It's like a Walmart with a service center for your car.
So it's a Canadian
I
Walmart.
feel like it's like, I guess so, but it feels more Canadian.
So they can handle your car, they can take care of your taxes, and you can get a bag of milk.
Sorry, you cannot get groceries.
No
I
groceries?
don't think, no groceries.
okay.
That's the only thing it doesn't have. It's an old school Walmart.
Oh, so it's more like a department store.
It's hard to describe, man.
It's its own
You
thing.
gotta experience it for yourself when the borders are open. I gotta bring you. That's American reacts to Canadian Tire. That's that's something right there.
Okay, because I have this whole notion of what it is in my head, so don't tell me anything else.
Jim Gaffigan, he has a great part about Canadian Tire.
Last week, I went to a Canadian Tire store. I don't want to brag. I was kind of surprised to find out they sell more than tires. I don't know why I would think they only sell tires. It's not like the store is called Canadian Tire. How important are tires to you people? You know how people love shopping for tires? We lure them in with the tires. And then, boom, we sell them a blender.
So damn true. It's perfect.
Nobody in Canada even sounds like that guy.
It's true.
That's great. I love that.
That's
exactly
so
what I
great.
think of.
Because as a Canadian, you wouldn't think of it until somebody points it out. Because you grew up with the Canadian Tire, you know what it is.
Let's lure them in with the tire.
And then boom, you sell them a blender.
You sell a blender. So when you're born, does Canada just give you a pair of hockey skates, or is it like you kind of earn them over the years? Like I assume everyone plays hockey. Is this true?
That's not true. Not everyone plays hockey.
What?
Like if somebody says that they don't skate, I think a lot of people here are like, oh, that's odd. Even though a lot of people don't skate, don't play hockey. But like it's just that we stereotype ourselves in that respect.
The things we do for the video thumbnail. Looks like the Quebec Nordiques jersey, but it's actually my men's league team, but we call it the No-Deeks. But I haven't actually played in like a year because there's been no games. I wanted to put my helmet on without the cage, so I took the screws out, but one completely broke and one won't come out because I just realized how Canadian this sounds. Love it. Go No-Deeks!
So is it true that you can catch a football on a bounce in the CFL?
You son of a
And
It's not
honest to
true.
God, I'm not joking. Like when we were kids, we would say Canadian rules if it ever happened, and then we would allow it. Because we always just thought, like, for
That's
whatever
so
reason,
ridiculous.
Canadian football was like, oh, if it bounced, you could catch it, and it would still count.
I had never heard that joke until I moved there and you guys started telling me that. It's not true. 3 downs instead of 4 downs. Quicker, faster stuff. More things happen in shorter periods of time.
There's probably a whole nother episode on this.
Oh, yeah.
CFL
versus
where it
NFL.
all began or why they decided to deviate.
And I worked for the CFL then too.
Yeah, I'd like to learn more about that.
That'd be really cool to figure that out.
You just said out.
Damn it! I heard it too.
Figure it out, eh?
And B. Let's get to the next item. Do you love apple pie?
Who doesn't?
Okay, here you win. Do all Americans love apple pie?
They're not American if they don't. No, I'm totally kidding.
But why is it synonymous with American?
I don't know. I don't know the origins though, so I'm not going to speak educated on this.
Somebody tell us, comment.
Yeah,
Why
where
is apple pie American?
So do all Canadians say A at some point, right?
This is true, it's true. But it's a nice way to say, do you agree or not?
Yeah.
Do all Americans say, huh, at the end of sentences?
Really?
That's pretty cool, huh?
Huh.
Yeah, we replaced the huh with an A. Hey, shut up, birds.
You know, I guess I've just never picked up on it,
Really? That's such a
But-
huge thing that we think of over here.
but maybe.
I'm trying to put you through what I went through when I moved there. It was just my whole life got put into question.
And then every time someone says something now, I'm going to be having that in the back of my head. And I'm
You're
not
gonna
going
hear
to
the
listen
huh.
to the conversation anymore. You've ruined
That's it. I'm sorry.
Do all Canadians apologize for everything, even if they're not to blame?
I think so. It is true. We're polite. We say A. because it sounds more polite.
I mean, I get it. It's like, if you think about A as like just, it's the shortest form of saying, do you agree or what do you think? Eh?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all about the inflection.
Look at that, eh?
Do you guys just go around hunting beavers and then putting them up on your walls, like the tail?
Excuse me?
The beaver tail? Like, what is the beaver tail?
Oh, it's a dessert.
You eat the beaver tail for dessert?
Yeah, it just looks, I believe it's just fried dough, deep fried dough.
I've seen this.
It looks like a beaver tail, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know, maybe, is that why? I don't even know.
So maybe it is just the same thing, but you're calling it because
We
it
call
fits
it-
your stereotype?
Yeah, I guess.
It is interesting though, because if you Google like top most Canadian things, and like it's almost always on the list is like beaver tail.
Yeah, that's so weird. I don't even think, I wouldn't, as a Canadian, think that. But again, that's my situation and circumstance. Maybe where you live, it's like, you know, every corner, it's like a Timmy's, it's a beaver tail store.
Yeah.
But I didn't grow up with that.
Do all Canadians eat poutine for just about every meal, or at least every day?
No, that's a half true.
Every other day.
As you know, because I brought you to Montreal to try 3 different poutine places, which you can watch here, our crazy adventure.
What a journey.
What is your thoughts on poutine in Canada?
If you think about every area you go to, they have a thing. Buffalo obviously is known for its wings, but it's interesting that Canada as a whole, not just a city or a region, like as a whole, like that's their food, is poutine. Do you think that rings true? Is that the most Canadian food?
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, as a whole, even though it's mostly like Quebec is the place,
Yeah.
it's too good not to be.
Oh my gosh, poutine. At this point, are there any Canadian restaurants that don't serve poutine? Poutine. I know some of you pronounce it poutine, but you're still saying poo. But you know, poutine, it's a little irresponsible. It's almost like someone was just trying to make French fries more unhealthy. What if we cover it in everything that causes heart disease? Let's do it. We have free healthcare.
Free healthcare.
Fascinating. It started in Quebec, right? And now it's everywhere in Canada. But you know, there was probably a part of Canada that was like, wait a minute, we're as a country, we're going with the French fry thing?
That's what we just said. As a country, your whole thing.
Like here, McDonald's and Harvey's, which you don't know about Harvey's, but McDonald's and Harvey's have menu options as poutine.
So let me ask you this though then. Is there a food that you associate, like this is the food of the United States?
Like a burger, steak, McDonald's, just things that are fattening probably.
Yeah, the fattiest of the fat foods. But
Yeah.
poutine's worse than a burger in my opinion.
I think here it's branded as like American comfort food, you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's like a style of food that people make. Things
hot
that
dogs,
are
is hot
heavy.
dogs a thing?
Hot dogs, that's right, huge, of course, hot dogs.
Especially like at a baseball game, for example. I'm not gonna
Of
get a
course,
burger.
baseball.
I'm not gonna get a burger at a baseball game. I'm gonna get a hot dog at a baseball game.
Let me ask you this: so is every American play baseball? Like hockey is in Canada, like I've explained
Yeah.
it. Is baseball to the U.S.?
I would say it's almost like a rite of passage to be like, okay, now you're going T-ball, you're gonna work your way up, and then if you want to continue after
Yeah.
like a certain level, you can. Is that like hockey? Like when you're younger, like oh yeah,
Yeah.
you start hockey
I think so.
at a young age, and then if you
Yes.
like it or if it takes off, you go with it.
Because I feel like everyone over there can catch a ball and throw a ball pretty well. Is that
Not
true?
everyone. No.
But I'm saying like same way you think about hockey in here, where like everyone can shoot and hit.
Yes.
I feel like the same way the baseball, because my experience there, I remember playing like we had like a small like office games and stuff. Like everybody could catch and throw like really well.
I would say that's probably true.
And I thought I was good compared to like when I play with friends here. So that's where I get my thought of like everybody over there actually it just grows up into baseball just the way we grow up into hockey.
Yeah. Okay. That's true.
All right. That's a point for me technically.
Uh,
Oh, I think we'll end it there. Who wins? Who has the most truths?
we have to check the numbers, but it was pretty even across the board. I was pretty happy with it.
This was nice to be able to talk and defend or admit to it. It was therapeutic, I think.
Yeah.
To talking to an American about my gripes with you and your gripes with us.
It's not even grapes.
And-
I just wanted to make
No.
sure that I'm not offending you when I say, how you doing, eh? Huh? It's a good job, eh?
As for stereotypes, they exist.
Of course they do.
Most of them are blown out of proportion, but damn it, I do love poutine. So they're mostly true. They're mostly true, I think.
They came from a place of truth, and now we're at a point where we're either accepting of it or we're offended by it.
That's it. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. You can take a look at some of our other videos right here. Hit like and subscribe if you like the video, and hit the bell so you have notifications on when we put out another video. Jason, it's so great to see you in this new setting instead of our basements. I'll talk to you and have a nice day there.
Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye.